Hello, hello, hello. How are you this evening? This is Brian K. McNeill, aka also known as Paul B. And I am engaged full time in the activity of teaching people how to sell themselves and their services. That's what I've been doing for right at 30 years. And as a sales speaker and as a sales trainer and a speaker in general, you collect stories over the years. And a little while ago, I thought it might be fun to share some of these stories with you, my friends, my entrepreneurial friends. And tonight we got a good one. This is a story that I've heard probably 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. And I've been telling this story for a long time. Absolutely. In fact, I'm glad Melissa's here with the family. So I hope you guys find some value in this story. Let's have a good time with it, okay? And to get this party started off right,
Hey, yeah, come through, everybody come see. Story time with Pop B, yeah. If entertainment is what you need, story time with Pop B, yeah. Interesting, entertaining for sure. Stories for adults, parents to entrepreneurs. Got you laughing, you gonna have a good time. Still educational, this is what you want now. Come through, everybody come see.
Story time with Paul B.
If entertainment is what you need.
Story time with Paul B. Let's go. All right. I want to talk to you about a historical character from our history in this United States country. This guy named Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus was an Italian man, and he happened to be living in Spain, and he worked around ships. And he used to notice that when he watched the ships go out, the ships would get smaller and smaller and smaller, and then you couldn't see the ships at all. Now, at the time, a lot of people believed that the earth was flat. And if you go too far out, you'll fall off the edge of the earth, okay? But some people thought the earth was round instead of flat. So Christopher Columbus would notice the ships, and he had this great idea. If we go, and I'm paraphrasing a lot of this, if we go this way to India instead of going that way to India, see, to go to India that way, it took about a month or 2 months to get there because they had to go to India from Spain to get goods and services, goods and products and goods there and bring them back to Spain. And Spain would bring stuff. It was trade route, okay, from Spain to India. They would go all around this way to that way. And Columbus thought of an idea. He says, if I go this way, I could get there faster. We can trade faster. That's what we could do. So he got this great idea, and he went to Queen Elizabeth in Spain, and says, Queen, I got this great idea. If we go this way instead of that way, we can get there faster. You can trade faster and all that kind of stuff. Now, Queen Elizabeth at the time wanted to populate the world in Christianity. So he discovered that's what she really wanted. You know, if we go this way, we can tell more people about Christianity and Christ and all that kind of stuff. And so we can do it that way faster. And she's intrigued. And he says, what do you need? Well, I need some ships and I need some men. And I need, to help me out with that. And she goes, well, Columbus, I don't have any money for your ships and your men. So good luck to you. He says, well, Queen, you're wearing all these jewels. Why don't we sell some of your diamonds and jewels? We'll raise the money and we can do that, what you wanted. So she said, okay, that's a good idea. They sold some of the jewels. They got the ships. They got the men and they went sailing. Now, as they were sailing, the men were getting nervous after a while. They thought they would actually sail off the edge of the earth. They thought Columbus was crazy, and they wanted to kill him and go back. They thought he was nuts, so they didn't want to keep going. But he had to do a presentation like almost every day. He had to talk to his man. No, man, really, we're going to make it. We're going to make it, man. He had to encourage them every day. He had to sell them again and again and again on the mission at hand. He had to keep on selling them that. And the legend goes that on a day where they had enough of him, they kept sailing. They didn't think they were going to find anything. They was going to cut his head off. They was going to cut his head off. And before they did that, a bird landed on their ship. Now, if a bird landed on your ship, that meant that land had to be close because a bird is not going to be way out in the middle of the ocean. So they saw a bird land on their ship. They figured land must be close. So they kept on going. And they did. And they found land. And they ended up in the Bahamas, which became the part of the Americas, is what he did. So Christopher Columbus, in history, they said he was a navigator. Now, no one can say he's really a navigator because he was way off. He thought he was going to get him in India, ended up in the Americas, is what happened. So he's given credit for discovering America, right? Which is nuts to me. But anyway, he's given credit for discovering America, but he was definitely not a navigator. Christopher Columbus was a salesman. Yes, he was. He had to sell the queen on this idea. He had to sell her on how to get money to pay for the idea. He had to sell his troops, his men every single day that it was going to work for them. And that's what he had to do. He had to keep on selling to keep on sailing. You know, I had to sell every day just to keep on sailing. Now, why is this country called the United States of America instead of the United States of Columbus? Because Christopher Columbus discovered it, right? Why? Because he made this initial sale, but he did not service the account. Amerigo Vespucci serviced the account. Amerigo Vespucci wrote about it and reported it back to Spain and all that. So that's why we're United States of America instead of Columbus. Now, I like the story. Typically, this is the kind of story I would tell to a sales audience. But the reason why I like it is for everyone. You have to always present and sell your ideas. You sell your way through life. You sell your way through your careers. You sell your way through your families as well. This has been Brian K. McNeill. I hope you found some value in the story of Columbus the salesman. Christopher Columbus the salesman. I hope you found some value in this story. If you did, please share the story. Share this experience why he had to keep on selling just to keep on sailing. That's the line I really like about it. If you find some value, share it on your LinkedIn. Share it on your Facebook. And I'll be back tomorrow night because I do this on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday nights. Each week night with story time with Paul B. And before we get out of here,
Hey, yeah, come through, everybody come see. Story time with Paul B. Yeah. If entertainment is what you need, story time with Paul B. Yeah. Interesting, entertaining for sure. Stories for adults, parents, to entrepreneurs.
got you laughing. You're going to have a good time.
Still educational, this is what you want now.
Come through, everybody come see. Story time with Paul B.
Yeah. If entertainment is what you need, story time with Paul B.
Let's go. I am of the opinion that the two most important skills of life are the ability to communicate, articulate a thought and explain a concept, and the ability to sell. You know, get money in exchange for your ideas or your products and services. That's what I think have more to do with your happiness or sadness, success or failure, prosperity or poverty. Those two skills. It is very, very important that we learn how to do them both well, communicate well, and to sell well. Again, my name is Brian K. McNeill. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Melissa Price, for sharing this love. I appreciate you very much. And I look forward to seeing you again tomorrow night. You have a beautiful rest of your evening.